I have the high ground!
You underestimate my power!
Don't try it!
All right, we'll call it a draw.
Disney just made the Force more stupid than you could possibly imagine. I know that's a big call because they're the experts in stupid. Since Disney took over Star Wars, many changes have happened to our once favourite franchise. Heroes became losers and abandoned their friends.
You don't need Luke Skywalker.
Did you hear a word I just said?
Heroes became deadbeat dads. Gravity and space became a thing. And hyperspace was turned into the most powerful weapon in the galaxy that's only used once.
We need to put some holdo maneuvers. Do some real damage.
Come on, that move is 1 in a million.
The lightsaber went from a very cool lethal weapon to a police baton that at worst, even if run through with, only takes a day to recover from. Death now has no meaning in Star Wars.
Revenge does wonders for the will to live.
Yoda being 800 years old also lost all meaning when Baby Yoda was revealed to be a 50-year-old toddler. The fact that Luke would die of old age before Grogu was anywhere near old enough to grasp adult concepts was a weird problem that modern Lucasfilm doesn't seem to give a shit about. Fuel became super important, and names lost all meaning.
Ray Sky.
Contemporary clothing and earthly glasses were added into Star Wars against George Lucas's instructions, as well as mirrored motor scooters. Otherworldly spiritual planes, witches and magic have all been thrown against the wall to see which shit would stick. And while all those changes are completely stupid, nothing has changed more than the Force. Yes, the most important idea in the original movies has changed with every Disney Star Wars outing. It's changed so much that even modern Lucasfilm can't even decide what the Force is anymore, or who can use it.
Don't you hear it? The lightsabers.
That's not how the Force works.
Like most good ideas, the idea of the Force was originally kept fairly simple. Mind control over some creatures, not all.
Jedi mind.
Moving objects, some low-key mental telepathy.
Leia.
But mostly a training of mental strength to do the right thing. It was perfect. Every child that had seen Star Wars would lay in bed at night wishing they could use the Force. But now the Force can just do whatever bullshit the hack writers want it to do. It's now worse than the Harry Potter magic where there seems to be a spell for every bloody situation. But unlike Harry Potter, where they at least made an effort to show the kids learning the spells at school, the Disney Force users just magically know how to do the Force spells, with no example, guidance or training at all.
You win this round.
A quick break to thank today's sponsor. We need those sponsors. Dungeon Hunter 6. Dungeon Hunter 6 is a free-to-play mobile APRG with a unique hero collector feature in a stunning fantasy style. The gameplay features a fast-paced hack-and-slash combat style with various builds and skills to utilize as you fight big bosses. And you control this now by using my custom link, or if you're on a PC you can scan my custom QR code and you will receive a special starter pack that's worth $50. In Dungeon Hunter 6, killing a boss is not the end. The game has a unique mechanism by which, for every boss you defeat, you can not only loot, fly and ride them, who hasn't wanted to ride a boss, but you can also summon up to 3 bosses onto the battlefield to become members of your squad, make them follow you anywhere and perform combo skills. You can even shapeshift into them to harness the ultimate power. And I do like that customized mount system, where you can ride various fantasy creatures and machines when meeting other players. Dungeon Hunter 6 also takes its 3D graphic performance to the next level, with stunning skill animations optimized to ensure the best visual experience and smoothest combat on your mobile device. Play with guild mates and battle in real-time guild wars, and you can trade items via the auction system. Use my link in the description to download the game for free on both Android and iOS, or if you're on a PC, scan the QR code and you'll get that special starter pack that's worth $50. You'll get 10 summoning scrolls, 1 SSR Lieutenant Demonic Wolf, and 1 accessory pack. Use your game account to enter the launch Lucky Spin event for free, and you could win great prizes like an iPhone 15 Pro Max, PS5, an Apple Watch, and much more. Go on, get Dungeon Hunter 6 today.
That's not how the Force works.
Which means we now have Force Zoom calls from far across the galaxy. We have Force projection that can not only project a fake version of someone across the universe, it can also send physical objects. That little detail was never explained. We have Force ghosts that can control things in the real world, like lightning to blow up things. That little added superpower of the Force causes some real problems in the whole series.
fierce machine which you have built, upon which we...
Because that little trick could have saved millions, if not billions of lives. And another change that the Disney Lucasfilm little weirdos have introduced is that you now no longer have to fear the dark side of the Force. Where there was once a scary path that anyone could fall down without the right guidance, and as we saw, even the strongest Force users could fall to the dark side and be doomed. Well, that isn't even a problem anymore now that everyone's perfect, not even for the grandchild of Palpatine, who was never shown to have any fear of joining the dark side. Except for one crazy moment where she went in hating the dark side, fought the dark side, and came out still as perfect as ever. And thanks to Dave Filoni, we recently saw even Ahsoka is ignoring the perils of choosing the wrong student who will succumb to the dark side by choosing to train Sabine. Sabine has already shown us that she's evil by choosing a personal relationship over the fate of the galaxy, yet Ahsoka is still encouraging her to learn how to use the Force. Can't see that working out well.
I did well. Did I? Thrawn got away.
And the personal favourite stupid ability that has been added to the Force user's tool belt is Force Healing, a skill that really would have helped Qui-Gon.
Please, Obi-Wan, use the magic hands on me.
Please, Anakin, use the magic hands on me.
I need the magic hands!
Yes, I did recycle that old clip. Force Healing, the amazing concept where the natural energy around us can somehow recreate destroyed bone, muscle and tissue. Complete organs are regrown and connected back together and seem to work perfectly. So no need for Star Wars colostomy bags, which is just pure magic bullshit. But don't fear, the stupid Force healing has recently been outdone in a new Lucasfilm sanctioned canon building comic. In this creative piece of getting the last drops of blood out of a stone work, we have Darth Vader use the Force to grow his fucking limbs back. I kid you not. The wonderful Screen Rant explains, in Star Wars Dark Droids 3 by Charles Soule and Luke Ross, remember those names, the Scourge has infected a number of droids on Darth Vader's personal vessel. During his trip to Coruscant, a few of those droids attack Vader while he's resting in his Bacta tank. Obviously, his guards had the day off that day. They had his cybernetic limbs or his suit. Vader was totally vulnerable and was nearly defeated by the Scourge's brilliant tactical maneuver right then and there. However, the Scourge woefully underestimated Darth Vader's power in the dark side of the Force. With the power summoned through pure rage and hatred, Vader conjured 4 limbs made purely from Force energy, and he used his new limbs to dismantle the attacking droids with ease. Vader maintained this form for only a few moments, but it was enough to save his life right as he was on the verge of utter defeat. Ah yes, there's only one thing to say to that: get fucked. Besides the fact that this is a really, really stupid idea, and only goes to show that introducing idiotic ideas like Force healing lead to complete garbage ideas like growing limbs, the biggest crime is that, again, these modern hack writers don't understand George Lucas's ideas, and it's something we are seeing constantly throughout the garbage Disney Plus shows. I don't think these clowns realised that the power of the Force was internal. The physical performance in the films was there to guide the audience, as in Luke looking physically stressed trying to lift his X-Wing out of the swamp, while Yoda looked calm and at peace. And in the same film, we show Vader showing his strength by just standing there while beating his son. The filmmakers understood that the audience didn't need him to point at the objects he was moving, like Darth Maul did fighting Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, as Darth was the only one there with the strength to do it, where Darth Maul's fight was between 3 experienced Force users, so the audience had to be guided into who was doing what. So we've already been shown that Darth Vader doesn't physically need his limbs to use the Force. But that wouldn't occur to the Lucasfilm story group that's led by the genius Pablo Hidalgo, whose job is to approve this junk and make sure it's consistent. And of all places to not need physical gestures, it's a comic book. Comic books literally fill the pages with text blocks explaining what's going on. They haven't shown in this stupid book that he doesn't need limbs to use the Force. What good are they doing him? But as we know, it's not just this comic. The Force farce is spread like a thick scab across all the Disney Star Wars content. The Ahsoka show added to the Force farce every episode.
You win this round.
We had Sabine master the Harry Potter Force spells faster than Rey did. And this supposedly fully trained Jedi Ezra over-exaggerated every Force movement like he was physically moving the weight of the objects he was Force pushing, which is the bloody opposite of what Yoda taught Luke.
I can't. It's too big.
Size matters not. Look at me.
It's the opposite of George Lucas's original idea.
I don't believe it. That is why you fail.
So thank you, Disney and modern Lucasfilm. Thanks to you, the Force has lost all meaning. But hey, now it can regrow limbs. You fucking idiots.
Go!